In this video, I'm gonna be testing these 12 YouTuber microphones ranging from $0 all the way up to $1,000 so that I can confidently tell you which one is best for you at every stage in your YouTube journey. I'm gonna be testing the microphones based on these 8 pieces of criteria to make sure all of the testing is fair and accurate. And without further ado, let's get testing. I just spent the last 2 days, nearly full days, testing all of these microphones on all of the different things that I told you about, and holy cow, we found some very interesting things that I did not expect at all. I'm just gonna start from the very beginning and let you know sort of the best things and the worst things that I found from each mic. And then at the end, I'm gonna let you know my overall pick in a couple different categories. And if you don't care to know how we came to the conclusions we did, if you don't wanna listen to the test audio or see any of our testing footage, that's fine. You can skip to the end where you can see the results. But I'm gonna tell you, you're probably gonna miss some context. So that's up to you. The first thing that we tested was the $0 microphone. Now you might be thinking, Nathan, this is not a $0 piece of technology, and you're right. But the thing is, it has a microphone built into it. But before I share the best and the worst of this recording device, let's take a listen to the audio. This is the Bare iPhone audio. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Like and comment if you think this is the best audio out there. Now, I'm sure Cody already put it up on the screen, but this is an iPhone 12 Pro Max, so it's a couple years old. We did also test on Cody's iPhone 16, I believe the 16 Pro, and just to see if there was any audio differences, they were pretty similar. Here's the thing. When you're recording on your phone in a space that is fairly soundproof, it's actually not that bad. Now, it's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but if I'm filming like this, sort of selfie mode, in a room like this that has some carpet and some curtains, the audio quality is actually decent for what it is, I'll say. Now, if you're outdoors, if you're in a very echoey space, this is not gonna be ideal. But again, if it's all you have, if all you have is your phone audio, then it's better than nothing. And so I don't want to totally write this one off, but you'll see that in comparison to all of our other options here, it's probably not the best one, especially for the price that some of these other better options are. Next up on our list, we have these. These are the cheap Amazon microphones. I don't even know what brand they are. We'll link to them in the description, but they are basically the cheapest of what you can find on Amazon. And let me tell you, they have some problems for sure, but there are some redeeming qualities that I want to share with you about these microphones. We tested both of them. Here's the thing, one of them tested terribly. The sound, the audio quality, everything, the noise and isolation was horrible. But the other one wasn't as bad as I expected. And so I actually got a little bit excited about this one as we kept on testing. I don't want to spill all the beans here, but this one actually was a decent option for a beginner on YouTube. Listen to the audio before I go to any more detail. This is the audio for the cheap Amazon microphone, the better of the two. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. This was a surprisingly decent microphone for the price. Not bad, right? Now, for you audio pros out there, I get it. This is a low quality microphone. But for those of you who just want something a little bit better than what you have, this microphone that actually sounded pretty good, actually, I think it was this one. This one that sounded pretty good, $8 on Amazon. That is pretty intriguing to me for multiple reasons. So this one was an interesting option. I'm gonna come back to these a little bit later. This one was absolute trash. But this microphone right here was not bad, and I'll tell you more about that later. Hey guys, really quick, there's something I haven't been able to talk to you about for a long time, and I'm finally able to do so. We are launching Channel Makers monthly challenges, and I am so excited because we've done some of these challenges in the past, and they were overwhelmingly so popular that many of you have asked for more, and we finally found a way that we can give you more on a consistent basis. So basically what it is, it's gonna be a subscription style challenge where every month we're gonna send out a new challenge to you where you're gonna get lessons, you're gonna get exercises, there's gonna be a community element so that as you do your exercises, you can share what you're learning and get feedback from us and from other people participating in the challenge. It is so awesome. We've seen so much success. There was even one person in one of our previous challenges that even on one single video that they did, from one video to the next, they literally doubled their views. There are so many other people who've been incredibly happy with these challenges and are so excited for you to join and be a part of our challenge community. So check out the link in the description. We're actually running introductory pricing right now, just as a little thank you for all of you who have been interested in this and who've been wanting this. So check it out now. The introductory pricing is not going to last long, so get it now. We're gonna be bumping up the prices for everybody else here pretty soon. If you're interested in getting better on camera, improving your ideas, improving your setup, learning better monetization, 10xing your revenue, getting more subscribers, those are all the things we're gonna be doing in these challenges over the next 12 months. We're probably gonna even partner with other YouTubers who have amazing skills and excellent knowledge. So dive in now. We're super excited for you to be on the inside. Our first challenge is actually starting today. And so sign up now. We're gonna be doing an introductory call and I am so excited to see you guys on the inside. Okay, back to the video. Okay, next microphone that we tested was this Zoom recorder. Take a look at this. This is a piece of history. Cody brought this in from his own personal collection of audio equipment. And I was actually pretty excited to see this because many of you probably have seen some of these in YouTube videos before where they're doing, they're capturing background sound. And these in the past have been very, very high quality, durable, great recording devices. They're just old. This is old. And so from a price standpoint, like you can see here, 35 bucks on eBay is not bad at all. But before I keep talking it up, again, let's go take a look at the audio. This is the audio for the Zoom H4n. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Talk about retro. This thing will bring you back. And it sounds pretty good too. Not bad, right? Here's the problem. How do you use this in a regular YouTube setting? I mean, maybe if my shirt had like a pocket, I could put it in my pocket, but it's just large and clunky. And so you'd have to figure out how maybe you could get it close to you, maybe like on a desk if you're filming like from here up, and then you could have the recording device down here. So for ease of use, it got a little bit of a lower score, but the sound quality was actually pretty good. But that brings us to our next option here, which is this little microphone. This is the Takstar SGC 598. Priced right around 35 bucks. Again, an older model microphone. Let's take a listen to this. This is the audio for the Takstar SGC 598. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Yeah, I actually really like this one and was shocked with how good it sounded for the price. All right, so you heard the audio. The audio quality is okay. It's not amazing, it's not terrible. The thing that I like about this is it's a shotgun style mic. So if you have a decent camera that you're recording on, this can fit into the hot shoe or cold shoe slot, and you can just have it sitting right on top of your camera and you can record right then and there. It does take a little battery for some power, but overall it's just plug and play. We had some pretty good luck with this microphone, and here's where I'm a little bit excited about this one. The price is pretty decent, and compared to one of its competitors, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, I would actually choose this one over that one, especially given the price. I think, and maybe I'm wrong here, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with this, but price plays a really big role in the equipment that YouTubers are buying. For me, I know that I'm very price conscious because there's not a lot of extra money for me to spend on tons and tons of new great equipment. And so I really want to factor in price here. And so is this better than onboard camera audio? Yes, it's way better than that. Is this better than some of the bad cheap Amazon mic? Yes, this is better than that. And for the price of right around 35 bucks, I think that this could be worth it for some of you. Okay, let's move on. This next microphone that we have here, this is the Razer V3 Mini. This is a microphone, well, actually one of the first microphones that I bought for one of my personal channels. And I think this one comes in right around 50 bucks on Amazon. And so knowing that price and model, let's take a listen to the audio. This is the audio for the Razer something 3, plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. This is actually one of the first microphones I ever bought as a YouTuber. You heard that audio there. Now, I do need to add a little bit of a caveat to this. We tested this one twice. I've used this for many of the videos on my personal channel. I've upgraded my microphone since, so I don't use it very much anymore or really at all. But the first time we tested this, the audio quality was terrible. It was shockingly bad. And I was actually really embarrassed and I felt so dumb for buying this, but it just didn't feel right. So we ended up running another test on it as far as just listening to the audio. We tweaked a couple things, made sure that the software that I was using was updated, and actually the audio quality was significantly better the second time. So I'm not really sure why it was so bad the first time. It's not the best microphone by any stretch of the imagination. It does have this sort of low rumble. Maybe you heard it just a little bit. It wasn't as bad this time around, but just like some baseline noise. And I think part of that may be caused because it's a USB microphone. And so sometimes in the microphone, you'll just pick up on some of that power noise coming through. But anyway, not a terrible microphone by any means. Like I said, 50 bucks. Now let's talk about usage here. This comes with a little mic stand so that you could have it on your desk. It is a very small mic stand. It only stands like, this tall off the desk. I ended up buying a boom arm for probably 15 bucks on Amazon so that I could, boom it right here in front of my face. And I really did like that. I do think that one thing that would be a great addition to this microphone is a pop filter or something like that to kind of, just get rid of the P sounds and the S's and that sort of thing. But overall, a fairly decent microphone if you're gonna be at a desk setup, anywhere indoors. That said, I do typically USB this into my laptop and then use Audacity, the free audio software. I'll record straight there and then I sync the audio and video in DaVinci Resolve when I'm editing. So that's how I've used this and I've been pretty happy with it. That said, I do think there are some better options for price. And so that's why this one got the score it did. Okie dokie. This is where things start to get a little bit interesting. You can see we've been moving up the price from $0 to the $10 range, to the $15, to the $30, to $50. Now this set here costs right around $75 on Amazon. Now you might be wondering, what's in the case? There you go. This is a wireless set of microphones. The company is Fifine, I really don't know. I got these, like I said, a couple months ago on Amazon, and I was really curious to hear the quality. And before I say anything else, let's take a listen and you may be surprised. This is the audio for the Fifine wireless microphones. Plosives pop, sibilance hiss, does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. This microphone sucks, especially given how much it costs. Yeah. I think these are like by far the worst that we've reviewed in this entire video. It was so disappointing to see that when we got to this point, because we were testing from cheapest to most expensive, and I was really expecting the quality to get better as we went, but it was just clear that at this price point, there were so many corners cut on the technology just to get a wireless set of microphones that mimicked some of the higher end wireless microphone sets. And they missed the mark really, really terribly. If you really want a wireless option, we're gonna talk about a couple more wireless options here in just a couple minutes, but this is not it. Really, this was just terrible. Cool factor though, I will say, this is completely subjective. I probably should have said this at the beginning, but one of the rankings that we did was on coolness. I do think wireless lav mics are sort of cool, but these did not balance out as far as quality went. And so 0, I mean, I know that they did actually we did give it a score here, but effectively a 0. I would not buy these. We might as well just move on at that point. Okay. This next microphone is sort of exciting because it is a brand name that many of you probably recognize. This is the Rode, what is it? Video Micro. So this is just some foam over the top. You have your microphone here. This is a microphone that could sit right on top of your camera with some of these accessories. You could probably also boom it, like have it right here, right out of the shot if you have some stand that you could put it on, or like I said, it can sit right on top of your camera. I expected some decent quality, and what we got out of this was not that. Take a listen. This is the audio for the Rode Video Micro. Plosives pop, sibilance hiss, does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. Rode your boat gently down the stream. Again, I should say that a lot of this audio, in comparison to like a really good microphone, all of it's bad, right? I just need to say that for all of you audio nerds out there. I get that most of this audio is bad, let's say, but there's definitely some that's worse than others, and I really expected more out of this Rode. I think that the other one, this one, that $35 Takstar, I think that this one sounded better than the Rode did at less than half the price. And so even though this one's like maybe a little older, cheaper, I do feel like this one has a slightly better build quality than the Rode does. It's sad to see that because I did have a lot of high hopes for the Rode, and we've used the Rode before, but I think as a shotgun style mic, you're gonna be better off with the Takstar than you would with the Rode Video Micro. I do think boom miking or you know, sticking them on top of your camera it's cool factor, maybe a little bit up there, but overall the Rode did not hold up to the standard that I expected from this company. So sorry to say it, Rode, just not good enough. Okay, next up we have the Blue Yeti. This is the model 00104. This microphone is where things start getting a little bit more expensive because that Rode was under $100, whereas this one jumps up $100 from $80 to $180. Now, at the time of recording this microphone was on sale for, I believe, right around $100 with the stand and everything. So you can sometimes find these Blue Yetis on sale. Blue Yeti is a microphone that many of you are probably familiar with. You probably heard the brand name, and I was really impressed with this audio. I'm not gonna bury the lead here, let's take a listen. This is the audio for the Blue Yeti. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. This microphone honestly surprised me, better than I expected. Not bad, right? I mean, for 180 bucks, I would hope that it would be a decent microphone, and it really is. There are a couple little things about this microphone. I've been using it for a while, so there's a couple little things that I know about it that is just outside of my normal testing that I want you to know. Number one, this is gonna have a limited use case, right? This is gonna be similar to the Razer, the little pill-shaped mic that I did earlier. You're gonna have to run it into an audio board, or you're gonna have to run it like into a computer. This is a USB mic, this is not XLR. So again, you're gonna have to connect it to something to record the audio to. If you're okay with that, then this could be a great option. Over the time, as we've used this a lot, the little port at the bottom has come a little bit loose, so you have to be careful not to bump it the wrong way because it'll just like lose connection. But overall, this is a really good mic, especially for a desk style setup, you know, if you're filming at a table or sort of just in one spot. If you're moving around, obviously it's not gonna be as great as a lav mic or anything like that. But for this podcast style setup, those sorts of things, this Blue Yeti really impressed us. As far as audio quality goes, this was one of the best. I believe we gave it a 5-star when it came to the audio quality. So really not bad at all. This is one of the ones that I might want to do another review on, a dedicated review. If you'd like that, again, let me know in the comments. And if there are any other ones that I talked about, again, throw them down in the comments and I will do a dedicated video if you'd like. Let's move on. Oh, this is the best microphone in the world. Or so I thought when I started recording this video. I've been using the Tascam Dr-10L now for years. In fact, all of the main audio for all of the videos on Channel Makers, for the most part, are filmed on a Tascam. Not filmed, they're recorded on a Tascam. And so I was really hopeful. I was rooting for the Tascam as I did the testing, but I decided to keep my mind open for other potentially better options. And not just better options from a quality standpoint, but also ease of use or for various uses. Let's listen to the audio so that you can kind of get an idea, especially compared to the Blue Yeti, what this sounds like, because I think, again, this is one that I'm impressed with, but it did leave a little bit to be desired, to be honest. This is the audio for the Tascam Dr-10L. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. This was my first love, the Tascam. Love this mic. Okay, not bad, right? It sounds like a pretty decent lav mic. I think as far as ease of use goes, it's super easy to navigate. You just throw a little micro SD in there, pin it up on your shirt, and you're good to go. A couple things. The cable, you know, working with cables isn't great. Cool factor, having a microphone on your shirt really isn't the coolest, but it works. It's not terrible. As far as sound quality goes, the only place that I thought this could improve on was just some of the bass sounds. Like the more the bass sounds in my voice, a lot of times, and after talking to Cody, we will improve the audio just a little bit in post. Now we did not do that for this video when we were sharing the test audio with you. We gave you the regular raw audio. Tascam overall, a great option. Here's the thing, Tascam's, this one, the Dr-10L, is now an old model. They came out with another model. Now these brand new sit at around 150 bucks, brand new. But places like B&H are always having these on sale. They're on sale pretty often, and oftentimes they're on sale for up to $100. I said that wrong. Up to $50 off. So you could get these for $100, brand new. So I'm gonna rank this one really high. This one ended up not being my favorite, and I was a little bit sad about that, just because I've used it for so long, but I wanted to give you guys an accurate representation and thought and idea of what the best options are. So I'm not gonna lie to you and pretend this is the best, even though I really, really like it. Let's move on to the next one. I think this one has a more specific use case, but some of you may like it. This is the Rode, another Rode mic, Rode Podcaster. I probably should have taken this base piece off, but it will allow me to set it on the table. So this is the Rode Podcaster. This one, I believe, was sitting right around the $200 mark. This is what we use for our members-only podcasts and other things like that. This comes in XLR and in USB. You can get either option. This is an XLR version. Let's take a listen to the audio so you can hear how it sounds. This is the audio for the Rode Podcaster mic. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. Glad you're here, and let's get into it. Okay, not bad, right? Honestly, it sounds sort of podcasty like you would expect. Something that I should mention is you probably saw in some of the testing footage, we did bring a soundboard up so that we could plug the mics in and get them tested. I do think that that soundboard does do some adjusting or compression on the audio. But it was the best we could do. We did the same testing on all of our XLR style mics, so it kind of is what it is. It's maybe one of the weaknesses of this test, but overall, we didn't do any other sweetening or adjustments to the audio in post. And so this mic, again, I think is a great mic. At $200, it's kind of in the higher end for most people on YouTube. But if you're doing a podcast style channel, if you're sitting at a desk and you have a mic stand, something like that, this could be a great microphone for you. We've been using these for years. I think as far as build quality and durability goes, these have stood the test of time. They last really, really long. And I think overall, their quality is just good on the build and on the sound side. And so I would recommend this. One thing I will say is that you're gonna probably need some additional attachments and gear to get the setup to be how you want it. Whether it's a boom arm, whether it's a mic stand, you may have to spend a little bit extra to get those. But this Rode mic definitely did so much better than the Rode on-camera mic that I showed you a little bit earlier. I was much more impressed with this quality. This was far and away more what I expected from Rode than what we got from that earlier mic. So not too bad at all. So without further ado, let's talk about the next mic. Here we go. All right, next up we have the DJI mics. These are the DJI wireless microphones. This is the audio for the DJI mics. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. This may be my favorite mic. So these DJI mics are pretty cool. When we were testing these ones, I was really impressed. These are actually Cody's personal mics, and so he'll bring them in every now and then and we'll use them. And I've really liked them in the past. A couple things that I really like about them is that they can like sit right under your shirt. They have like a little magnet square that you can just throw on your shirt. It's a little bit less visual than like what this Tascam is. They're pretty small. They can record onto the device, but they can also record, I believe, onto a camera. They can do so many things. Not only that, but I think the version Cody has is the original version, which I think sit right around the $250 mark. But if you think about it, they come in a pack of 2. So you get 2 wireless microphones and a receiver for $250, which from a price standpoint is really good. It's about the same price as you could get a new Tascam, this one, on sale. Right around that $100 mark per mic. But you don't have to deal with a cable. The case for the DJIs, it charges the microphones whenever you put them back. So they're just really nice. Build quality wise, they felt pretty decent. DJI has since come out with a new model of these microphones, which are apparently even better. I think these ones are 24-bit and the new ones are 32-bit audio. So better audio overall. And they've also come out, I should say those are a little more expensive, probably $350, $325. We'll put the price here up on the screen. But then they also have the DJI Mini wireless microphones, which I think are right around the $170 mark. Also 24-bit audio, so pretty much the same as these, but a little bit cheaper. And again, you get 2 of those. So for 180 bucks, you could get 2 wireless microphones and a receiver of really good quality. I really liked these. And so overall, I rated these really high. Both Cody and I thought that they performed extremely well for what they were. So between all 3 of those DJI options, again, we just tested the regular version today, but I do think that all the other versions could be pretty viable, depending on what you're looking for. But those mini ones look especially appealing to me because they're a little bit on the cheaper end, but the quality is there. So DJI mics for the win. Now, next up, we have our most expensive mic to this point. This is the Sennheiser MKE 600. Now let me tell you a couple things about this mic. When I plugged it in to our audio board, I had my headphones on, so I was kind of listening, I was testing the quality, and it just like brought me into the world of ASMR. The sound quality on this microphone is absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10. 100% of the way. Take a listen to this audio. It just sounds so good. This is the audio for the Sennheiser MKE 600. Plosives pop, sibilants hiss. Does this mic deserve a kiss? Testing 1, 2, 3. Hot dogs. So here's the thing about this mic. The audio quality is impeccable. It's just so good. The use cases is where this starts to go a little bit south for me. This is a boom style microphone that you can see here. So it's going to be one of those mics that's probably, hanging down right out of frame. You could use this for like a podcast style, like on a stand, or if you're doing street interviews or something like that, you could definitely use this microphone. That said, it's XLR, so it's going to have to be plugged into something, like a little audio recorder that you could use or something like that. That's okay, but it's just not as practical. There are so many new options, especially those wireless options, that I just think are so much more versatile than this. So if you're looking for perfectly crisp, amazing sound quality, then this could be a really good option for you. But here's the thing. On YouTube, you get to a point where it's good enough, and then the audience just doesn't really care. Unless you're in like an audio technician niche or something, like music, where they expect the audio to be perfect. Other than that, if you're like daily vlogging, if you're doing streaming, if you're doing all these other types of video, your audio, you probably just don't need this. And so that's where I landed with this one. I thought the audio was absolutely amazing, but from the price perspective, like instead of this, I could get the new DJI mics if I wanted. I could pick up a couple Tascams, man. I could even get like a set of mics for my podcast if I did a slightly cheaper option. So I didn't think that this one was very practical, but the sound quality was so good. And to be honest, when we were doing all the testing, we just decided that the $1,000 mic, again, it felt like it landed in the exact same category as this. It's again, shotgun style mic. It was a good microphone, but from a practicality standpoint, it just didn't make sense. So with that said, that brings us to the end of our testing here. We've looked at every single mic, and I've given you a brief overview of everything we tested. And so I want to talk to you about my top picks. So really quick, let me go over here to this table. I'm going to bring them over here for you. All right, so here they are. Now, these may not come to as a surprise to any of you. After looking at the score, you may have realized that these are the best, except for these 2 down here. And I should move this. This one just wishes it was in the top pick, but not for this video, sadly. But these 2 down here, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, why are these in the final recommendation section? This is an $8 microphone. This is a $30 microphone. The reason why I put these in here is for any of you who are just getting started, these could be okay options. Like I said earlier, if you're just on your phone and you need something a little bit better, just to level up your game a little bit, for $8 on Amazon, next day shipping, you could have this in your house. If you wanted to pair that with something, like if you had a camera, you wanted a lav style mic, but then also shotgun, for less than $50, you could get 2 mics that serve very different purposes. So for you, those of you in the beginner category, the most budget category, check these out. Links are in the description below. Now let's talk about the Blue Yeti. This one was really impressive to me, but limited use cases. For those of you who are doing streaming, those of you who are doing talking head, those types of videos, I would recommend the Blue Yeti to you, if that's exclusively what you're doing. That's where this one wins, is sort of in that talking head desk setup exclusive. I really liked the quality of this. It sounded really good. It wasn't like it almost sounded just like normal audio to me, like as if I was listening to someone speak in the room with me. And so I thought that they did a really great job with this microphone, and Blue Yeti is pretty well known. You can get these on Amazon. They're sort of all over the place. And I just think it looks nice. It could be a really great addition to any of your recording setups in this type of scenario, even for this channel on Channel Makers. It even made me think about starting to use a mic like this. I don't know if I will, but it is definitely an option. So it could be an option for you. It is a little bit more on the pricey side, but I think the audio quality reflects that. So I would probably call this a mid to high tier as far as price goes. For YouTuber mics. Cody kept laughing at me because I would say, this is the most expensive mic. He's like, well, it's a really cheap mic compared to some of the other mics. I know, Cody, you're the audio nerd here. But for YouTubers, this is probably one of the more expensive mics, but it could be a great option for you. Lastly, let's talk about my overall pick. It was the DJIs, the DJI wireless microphones. They sounded so good to me. They were so easy to use. As far as just ease of use, build quality, everything, sound quality, indoor use, outdoor use. I just thought that they sounded so good. I love how versatile they are and how great of an option they are, especially from a price standpoint, because you're getting 2 microphones. That is a killer deal. Whether you get the older model, which is like 250 bucks, or you get the mini model, which is 180-ish, or the newest model. These are a killer value. And I think they're just going to last really well. I've been very impressed with a lot of DJI products, and this is another one. I would honestly use these in place of a Tascam, which I've been using on this channel for years and many other YouTube channels. My personal microphone that I use for my channels that I work on at home and in the evenings on the weekends, I still use a Tascam. But I have seriously thought about selling my Tascam and working toward these DJI mics. So there you have it. My overall pick for this video was the DJI mic. I thought the Blue Yeti was great for the indoor setup. If you're shooting outdoors, having something like this shotgun mic could be great. This is by no means the best shotgun mic out there, but for 30 bucks, you can hardly beat the price. And then of course, our underdog winner here in the budget category, the $8 Amazon microphone with the splitter and extender. Really impressed. Let me know if you disagree with any of the picks here. I'm 100% open to that. I just think that there were a lot of great options here today. Some of them performed far and above what I expected, and some of them severely disappointed me. And after days and days and hundreds of gigabytes of footage of testing, I'm really happy to tell you that these are what I think would be great options for you starting on YouTube today. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If you like content like this, if you want more content like this, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. If you have creator friends out there, share the video to them. I think that this is the kind of content that's going to help creators grow their channel successfully and become successful YouTubers. So thank you guys for being here again, and we will see you in the next video.